Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Allie's Book Nook. Today I wanted to share with you my April TBR. So I usually don't do a specific dedicated TBR each month. I have a very long TBR to be read list, but I usually don't set specific books aside like at the beginning of the month to read. For one, I'm a mood reader. Very much so. I read all different genres, but I do have ones that I favor more than others, but a lot of times it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. And also a lot of it is dependent on what comes available on my Libby holds. So I have 4 library cards tied to my Libby account through my kids and my husband and myself. And so they each can have 10 holds. So I have 40 holds on my Libby account. And some of the books have been on there for like 6 months. And so sometimes it's just, whatever becomes available through Libby, I'll go ahead and just read that if I'm ready to do that. So this month, this is like the first month I've had a specific physical pile sitting here. And it was inspired by a challenge for April, a reading challenge called Follow the Yellow Book Road. So this is a challenge that was dreamed up by Lauren and Ben Young from Young's and the Restless. They have a YouTube channel here, and they came up with this idea of a challenge based on Wizard of Oz, Follow the Yellow Brick Road. And they teamed up with several other YouTubers, and I have a note here of who's doing it. Several other YouTubers, and basically each one is a different character on the Yellow Brick Road, and each one of them has a theme with 3 different reading prompts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different characters, and each have 3 prompts, but you only need to pick 1 prompt from each character to complete the challenge. So really a minimum of 6 books to do this challenge, which for me is really doable, but you can pick up to 18 if you did every prompt from every character. So if you're interested in doing this, go check out the video for Follow the Yellow Book Road on Ben and Lauren's YouTube channel, The Youngs and the Restless. And they'll have a link to the board. And on the board, there's hyperlinks where you can click to the other booktubers channels. So we have, and they'll tell you what their prompts are. We have Jen from Bookish Blonde is doing Glenda, and she has 3 prompts. Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library is a scarecrow with 3 prompts. Rhonda Holden is the Tin Man with 3 prompts. Young's and the Restless is the Cowardly Lion with 3 prompts. Amber from Books and Beaches is the Wicked Witch with the 3 prompts. And then Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand is the Wizard with 3 prompts. So what I did was I watched each booktuber's video about this, and I wrote down the 3 prompts. And then I went to my bookshelf and I picked out some books that match these prompts. And they're very, there's a lot of wiggle room in the prompts. I don't want to read them to you because I want you to go watch the channels and find out what they are. But let's just say, for example, this isn't one of them, but it might be like a book that is purple with a purple cover or something. Then you go find a book with a purple cover or purple in the name or something like that. So there's a lot of wiggle room to work with books you already have. Like I said, these are all books that I have. So I didn't have to go buy anything or check out anything at my library. So that was cool. So we will talk about these books, or I'll show them to you. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to tell you the prompts until I do my review at the end of the month. And then I'll probably tell you what category they went into. Okay. So the first book I have here to read is not part of this challenge. This is the only one I pulled out that's not part of the challenge because it's for my book club. So I have to read this by the last Thursday of the month. And that is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles, I think is how you say it. I haven't started this yet. I like to do my books in tandem with the physical copy and the audio. And so my hold for the audio with Libby is 4 weeks, but usually they come available sooner. So if it's not available in a couple weeks, I'm just going to start reading it. But hopefully I'll be able to do this in tandem with the audio. I've heard really good things about this book, A Gentleman in Moscow, and I would say this is maybe historical fiction. Okay, the rest of these books are from the Follow the Yellow Book Road Challenge. And the first one I've already started, and that is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. And I love this copy. I actually got this copy at TJ Maxx. It's beautiful, and it has the sprayed edges. Sisters, strangers, survivors. So, so far this is really good. It's heavy, but it's good. This is like a thriller, a crime thriller book. And, yeah, that's the first book. So all these other ones are for the challenge that I have not read. And I think all of these I am going to be able to access through audio, most likely. I either have them in my Audible or in my Libby holds. So the first one is That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. So this is a thriller, and I've heard it's very fast-paced. I've heard really good things about it. It is a YA young adult book, but I've also heard people say, like, if you don't read a lot of YA, don't let that sway you. It's still a great book, fast-paced, well-written, all of that. So this one, it's not too thick. I think I'll be able to get through that pretty quickly and move on. The next one I have here, okay, so there was a challenge. Okay, so this is kind of a backup for one of the characters. There's 3 prompts for each character. One category, I have picked out 2 books. So if I don't read one of them, this is going to be the other one, and this is The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, I'm sorry. So this is a thriller. It came out about a year ago, and I've heard really good things about it. And this copy I got on sale last fall through Amazon, and I am in love with these sprayed edges. It looks like a burnt book. So yeah, I actually just listened to a review of this, and someone rated it 4 stars. So Chris did. If you haven't checked out her channel, it's Wax Books and Whimsy, and I love watching her book reviews. We read a lot of the same style books. So if she gave this 4 stars, I think I'm going to like it. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get to that book. All of these books also are books that I obviously have been wanting to read. And so to have this prompt, I think it's really fun, and it's going to push me to read these ones that I've had sitting here. The next one is The Quarry Girls by Jess Lowry. I also got this on sale through Amazon last fall, which I think is when I also got That's Not My Name. They had the big Amazon Big Deal Days or something like that sale. Anyway, this is, I think it's classified as a thriller, but it's somewhat based on a true story in Minnesota in the 70s. So kind of like inspired by true crime situation. So the next one I have is Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. I've been wanting to read another Kristen Hanna book lately, and she never disappoints. I don't expect this to be, this might be a little heavier of a read emotionally, like her books usually are. So I'm not sure if this is like historical fiction, or I think it is more historical fiction. It might be contemporary, but her books are always immaculate in her writing style. So I can't wait to read that. Okay. The next book I have in the challenge is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I got this book last year for Easter, so it's been like a year, and I haven't read it. But obviously I've been wanting to, and it has been on my Libby holds for a very long time. But I went in there and looked, and it had come available at one point in time, and I suspended the hold. So right now it says my wait time is available soon. So depending on when it comes available, I will read this book. But if not, I have a backup here in one of these books that will fit that category. But yeah, it doesn't look like a typical Stephen King other than like the size. You know, it's a little bit of a saga, but maybe more of like a magical realism type book. So that sounds good. And yeah, that is oh, I guess it's about 600 pages. Not horrible for Stephen King. Another book here as part of the continuing challenge is The Haunting of Ashburn House. So this is a Darcy Coates book. She's one of my favorite authors. She's pretty much like an auto buy for me. And in fact, as I film this, Audible is having like this big sale right now where a lot of books are deeply discounted, like 85% off. And pretty much her whole catalog on on Audible is all her books are like under $3. So I just purchased like all of her books that I didn't already read or own on there. So I'm set now with the audio version of all her books, and I'm so excited. So I do have this on audio and obviously in physical copy, and this looks to be like a haunted house story. She has a few, I haven't actually read any of them, but she has a few like haunting of this house, that house. And so yeah, it's a horror book. Darcy Coates, I love her horror writing style because they're really like scary and really engaging, you know, captures your attention. But the books I've read, she doesn't have like any vulgarity, like swear words or sexual situations, which I always say this, but to me that really like speaks to her talent, that she can write such a good scary book without any of that. So not to say that there's not like some body gore and stuff like that, but some of her books, but yeah. Anyway, I kind of been craving a Darcy Coates book lately, so that one. Another Darcy Coates book I have here. So either way, I'm going to read a Darcy Coates book, whether it's The Haunting of Ashburn House or Hunted. This one, I think I got in that same Amazon deal, where this one, I think I got used somewhere. But this one, Hunted, this one sounds like it could be also a little bit of a thriller. Like I said, she is a horror writer, but maybe this also has a little bit of like thriller mystery vibes. Not exactly sure. This is a little bit of a bigger book here. 455 pages, but her books are always like really quick reads for me. So either way, I'm going to read a Darcy Coates book this month. And then the last book that I have here on my pile for the challenge is Don't Believe It by Charlie Donnelly. Charlie Donnelly is another like auto-buy author for me. I love his books. He writes thrillers, but they also have a little bit, I'd say they're a little bit more of like sophisticated thrillers where they might have a little bit more science in them. Like there's like pathologists that are characters in a couple of the stories I've read. And so it's a little less like popcorny, but it's still really easy to digest. And his books, at least all the ones I've read, have had really short chapters. So this one's 386 pages and 62 chapters plus like an epilogue. So nice short chapters. It makes it easier to just binge through it. And yeah, he usually is a home run for me. So those are the books I have. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books here. I do think that is doable. I have been reading more than 10 books a month so far this year. March was my best month at 15, but I am going to be doing some more stuff with the family and taking some time for spring break and stuff where I might not have as much time to read. But I still think I can do this, and I'm really excited. It's so fun to have like a physical TBR that I can sit here and look at of books that I have been wanting to read and like, yeah, I'm going to get through these. So if this is successful, which I think it will be, I might try to do more dedicated TBRs every month. And I think I'll still have some wiggle room for if a couple other books come up during the month that I can squeeze them in. Heart Shaped Box by Joe Hill keeps coming up in my Libby availability that I have to like suspend. And Blake Crouch Abandon is another one that just came up that I just suspended it. So those might be ones that I get to this month. As always, too many books, not enough time, but I'm really excited about this challenge. So again, Yellow Book Road. You can see the start of the journey on the Youngs and the Restless channel, and then go check out the other booktubers from there. And at the end of the Yellow Book Road, you get to do something for your house, care for your house. Maybe my house will get a little neglected when I'm sitting here reading all these books, but then I can go do something nice for my house at the end there. So again, really excited. Let me know if you guys are participating in that challenge, or if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, or if you have a TBR for this month, what's on it? What do you do physical TBRs that you stick to? Are you more of a mood reader? Do you just go with the flow? Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.